This video is about getting along with the other teachers in your school. One of the hardest things for a new teacher to do is to try to fit in. Especially if you're a pre-service student teacher, you often feel like an outsider. We have all been through this and we all understand it. I began teaching in 1981. I know most of you were not even born then, but a lot of things really have not changed so much. I was very young, I was newly married, and I wanted to do a fantastic job teaching. I was very excited. There was only one other teacher in the school who was a first-year teacher, and she was a couple of years older than I was. So I was definitely the youngest teacher in the school. At the time, I really felt like I did not fit in with anyone else. But there were some older teachers, veteran teachers, who took me under their wing and tried to help me. They showed me where to find supplies, where the copy machine was. Back then it was a mimeograph machine. How to check out materials from the library. Back then, of course, if you wanted to show a video, you actually had to think ahead, like a month in advance, and order a film from the Department of Education, and it came in the mail, and it was actually a film. So all of these things that the teachers helped me with, we had to keep a register back in those days, and it was a very complex paperwork with numbers and lots of intimidating things, and so one teacher helped me each month to make sure I got that correct. Fortunately, they reached out to me. And fortunately, they overlooked what probably would have been seen as arrogant behavior on my part. Older teachers, veteran teachers, know that you're new. They know that you're experiencing a large learning curve. But they don't like you to seem arrogant. This is one of the biggest complaints that I hear about pre-service or beginning teachers. They're arrogant. They think they know everything. Well, the truth is you do know some things, but you don't know everything, and you're not anywhere close to it. So you always want to try to do more listening and more asking than telling. Don't go on and on and on about the things you've learned about in your education courses. They don't want to hear that. No, not at all. And don't go on and on about your achievements. They don't want to hear that either. Instead, you can make friends by asking for help. Going next door and saying, "Can you help me with?" People who are in the teaching profession are helpers. It is in their nature to want to help. And when you ask someone for help, the message is, I admire and respect you and appreciate you, and because that's your message, then they don't think of you as arrogant. They instead have a very positive feeling about you, and they want to help you. And the next thing you know, you're going to be covered up with help, and you're just not going to know what to do with all that help, and you're going to need it. So remember, your new peer group is not your students. There may not be any other young teachers in the building. Your new peer group are people who may look a whole lot more like me. They may be in their 40s and 50s. And if that's the case, you've got to learn to roll with those punches. Have a good afternoon.